Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. We're back with a new release video. We have made updates and built new features for LeadGen App that I'd like to share with you in this video. And this time is really going to change how you're going to ask for information in forms. It's going to improve the user experience on a number of question types with new elements of personalization and making things a lot simpler for your form visitors, along with other improvements inside the tool that will give you a better understanding on how to see how many leads you captured much more quickly when you log in. That and more I'd like to share with you. And what I also wanted to say is that the features we just completed are really based on user feedback, and we really are grateful to receive a lot of feedback from you guys out there, and it helps to help us prioritize what actually matters and what is needed on the tool. So that has been really good. We have really made a lot of updates that came initially from users, and we really hope they will make a difference. So let's start looking into what's new. Let's look at it right here on screen. So the first major update is that you can now ask your users for their address, and they can automatically find it through an autocomplete feature. There's one option where you can allow users to search via the zip code, and by doing that, the dropdown will pull all the relevant matches, and it should allow them to find the exact address they're placed worldwide. And there's other options where you can say you start with the address, or you start with the town and address, street number, house number, and the dropdown will then also find the relevant matches. So there's different types of ways you can use this autocomplete feature. It will be linked. It can be linked with Google Cloud, so it's easy to connect it, and this way you'll have the best experience for your user in terms of asking for address rather than having them type it manually. It's a major benefit, and it will also help you with data accuracy, because you will know the addresses that have been pulled from this tool have an accurate basis. So that feature should really support you in lead quality and in user experience, making it much easier to complete your forms. We made improvements to the phone number question type. You can now also set a default country code. So that means if you have customers in the US, you could say, I always want to show the +1 country code rather than automatically finding the code based on the user's IP address. We already have a feature where the tool understands where the user is located. Let's say if I'm located here in the UK, it would show me the UK country code +44, but there may be cases where you have a client base that just deals with one country, and they may be opening the form from abroad or for some other reasons. You can now say, always show a default country code of whatever country is your target market. The user can then still select other phone numbers if needed on the form itself. We now make it easier for you to see which of your forms have generated new leads. So whenever you are inside the app, let's say you log in or you open up the forms list again, you will see new leads being featured with notification badges. In your forms list, you'll have all your forms, obviously, and then in one column you see the leads plus a badge whenever there's a new lead that just came in, which you haven't yet seen in the list itself, in your lead list. That will make it easy to really spot which forms have activity, and will allow you to then open up those forms and see those new leads. That feature also has been requested by users. I really hope this is useful. You can turn it on and off as you like it under the settings, but it should really help you to navigate to those forms that have generated new activity versus those that don't, so you no longer have to open them all up one by one again. The drop-down question type now has an option to change the font settings. So that means you can, via the design section and the themes area, you can set the exact font type you want to show in drop-down question. So the global font that you set there will apply to drop-down as well, and will make the form much nicer visually and make it look consistent with all the other elements of text that are, let's say, linked to this global font. We also now have an option to change the placeholder color, which is basically the text inside the input field. So where users type their answer. So let's say first name, where they type their first name answer, for example, or their email, where they type the email address. You can now change the placeholder color, which should allow you to, let's say, build any kind of custom form with, let's say, a dark background with a lighter placeholder text color. Finally, we've made a major change to the default look of forms. We wanted to really create a form design which stands out, which has a modern look, has a great look and feel, great user experience, easy to read text, and we basically completely revamped how the default form theme looks. It's much more colorful. It's simple to understand, and it should really look fresh and professional. You can change your font, you can change your design, obviously, inside the app, but the default look should be much better and much more user-friendly. The new form look will also come with an update to the form shadow. So the form shadow will slightly change to a more modern look. It will be less strong, the shadow, and will blend in nicer with your pages where the form is embedded in. So I hope you like those new changes. Encourage you to try them all out inside the app and let us know how it goes. And again, for any feedback, we're always happy to hear any input, any ideas. That will really help us to keep making the tool better every day and help you get more results, more leads, higher quality leads. That's really what we want to achieve here. So I hope it goes well, and I'll see you soon.